Hello everyone, today I have a very special video because I'm going to be sharing with you my top 13 books of 2013. Firstly, I'm wearing a really awesome Adventure Time shirt. I'm pretty sure that this is a guy's shirt, but I don't care. It's Adventure Time. Okay, so my favourite books of 2013. Overall, I think I had a pretty damn good year of reading. Choosing 13 books was kind of hard, so I do have a couple of instances where I've included an entire series or parts of a series as one book, so I could squeeze in a few more of my favourites. Now these aren't in any particular order, though I am going to be sharing my favourite three at the very end. And let's first get started with a couple of books that I don't actually own physical copies of. Firstly, we have Making Faces by Amy Harmon. I read this as an ebook a couple of months ago and it was fantastic. This is a new adult novel. It is about a girl named Fern Taylor, and she's been in love with Ambrose Young for pretty much her entire life, and something happens. He goes off to war with some of his friends. They don't come back, but he does, and he comes back disfigured. So this book was just absolutely beautiful. Almost the last half of it had me constantly crying, just so many emotions all the time, and it was a beautiful, beautiful story. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sons. And I listened to the audiobook of this one and I'm so glad I did. It's like the only audiobook that I've thoroughly enjoyed. This story was amazing. It had me crying as well. This is a very character-driven story. We have Aristotle and we have Dante, these two boys that meet and they develop this friendship which grows into something that neither of them really expected it to. And it really was a fantastic book. I am definitely picking up the physical book of this one because I need to read it again. Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. This was one of the first books that I read for 2013 and it was a great start to the year. An absolutely amazing contemporary novel. In this story there are some pretty heavy issues. These characters have their dark moments. The two main characters have a lot of struggles with people around them and also between themselves, and just getting to see their relationship progress and everything was just, it was fantastic. Oh my god, it was so good. Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. Now the main character, Yelena, she is given an offer on the night before her execution. She is given the option to become a food taster. It had been highly recommended to me and I had heard nothing but fantastic things about it, and I was definitely pleasantly surprised by this. I'm pretty sure I also have the next two books in this series, so I will be getting to those very soon. Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Another really good contemporary. Eleanor and Park are just such gorgeous characters. They sure do have their flaws and they have their moments, and I kind of wish that it could have had a different ending, but it really did make the story and it just seemed to fit so well. But everything about it is just so cute. I don't know how to describe it any better. Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This book was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The characters in this story, Augie, he is so adorable, and then there's the people that he meets, the friends that he makes. There are some really lovely characters. There are of course those ones that are just absolutely horrible human beings. I love this book. It was amazing. Was fantastic. Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is the sequel to Cinder, which I read back in 2012 and fell in love with. I absolutely love the world that this is set in. The cyborgs and the androids, just the whole futuristic elements, and also as well, these are fairy tale retellings. It's done so well, and all of the characters, they're just so awesome. I love it to bits. The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. This is the sequel to The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. Again, another one that I read in 2012 and just loved. These books have a much darker tone to them. They have some really creepy elements, a lot of mystery, and throughout the entire series I'm still like, is Mara Dyer insane or is this really happening? Like, you don't really know, but just The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. Another one that I read pretty early on during the year, but it was so good. In this universe, the surviving children in America have these weird and wonderful abilities, and the main character, she's trying to hide the fact that she's one of the more dangerous ones. And then shit goes down and all hell breaks loose and and I really need to get my hands on Never Fade, the sequel to this one, which came out in 2013. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Oh my god, this book was fabulous. This made me really love the Shadowhunter world so much more. I liked City of Bones, but I didn't love it. I love this book. It's amazing. It's so good. Unfortunately, I know what happens at the end of Clockwork Princess. Internet, you suck. And now, moving on to the final three. Coming in at number 3, the Bronze Horseman trilogy by Paulina Simons. That's The Bronze Horseman, The Bridge to Holy Cross, and The Summer Garden. This trilogy is amazing. I absolutely fell in love with it. It's set in Russia, World War II, and there's a lot of pain, a lot of tears are shed. You need a box of tissues, or a few boxes to be more accurate, but it's so worth it. To be able to follow these two characters along their journey and seeing how their relationship changes, and the ending is so very satisfying. So satisfying. It's the perfect ending, which made me love this series even more as a whole, just because it worked so well. You need to read these. You need to read this, but keep in mind there are some sexy scenes, some very sexy scenes, so keep that in mind. Spot number 2 belongs to the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. That's The Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear. The third book has not been released yet. The working title is Doors of Stone, and I'm so excited for that, you have no idea. But let's talk about these two. This is an epic fantasy, but it doesn't have all of the cliche fantastical elements that you expect. It's so refreshing, so different from anything I've ever read. The writing, the characters, the setting is all done so perfectly, so beautifully, and I just appreciate these books and Patrick Rothfuss so much. They are amazing. Coming in at number 1, this will probably not come as a surprise to any of you. It's a very special book to me. I have loved it for a very long time. When making my top 13 list, I didn't want to include rereads, but I had to make an exception in this case, just because this book is my favourite book of all time. The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Just everything about this book is amazing. I love it to bits. I always will. And without rambling on and on and on, there's not really much else I can say apart from this book is incredible, phenomenal, fantastic. All of the words and all of the feels, everything, all of them, all of everything. This book, everything. This, blah blah blah. If you want to know more about my thoughts about this book, I did a review on it, so I'll leave a link down below. And for a few of the other series and books, I did do reviews talking about them, so I'll also leave links down below to those that I did review. So you can check those out if you want to know a little bit more on my thoughts, get a little more in depth about why those books were my favourite. And apart from that, that is all for this video. I had a really good year of reading for 2013, so feel free to share your thoughts down below, and I would love to know what was your favourite book that you read during 2013. I don't really need any more recommendations, but just go ahead anyway. And I'm good to leave you with that. I will see you very shortly with another video, and until next time, bye!